Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, I'm finally back from my massive 17-day road trip leaving New Jersey out through to the Dakotas, Yellowstone, Grand Teton National Parks, Idaho, Wyoming, back into Jersey. If you want to catch those road trip vlogs, check out my other channel, Shabby's Extras. They're all there. But for today, we're back here at Ciocca Lincoln in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, to check out this brand new 2025 Lincoln Aviator. This is the Reserve 1 trim with all-wheel drive. Infinite black metallic is the color, with an onyx black premium leather interior and all the bells and whistles you're going to need in an Aviator. So you can let me know as we go through this vehicle, is this the luxury SUV that you would buy? So let's dig in. Front end of our 25 Aviator Reserve 1. Now the Aviator has had a design refresh and tech update for 25, just like the Explorer, because the Aviator is an Explorer-based luxury SUV. We have full spread of LED lighting up front, including the headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. The opened up Lincoln grille with the big Lincoln badge on the front, and massive, you can see massive functional side air curtains. Now as we come around to our wheel and tire setup, what are we looking at here for the wheels? Well, we got 22-inch gloss black machined aluminum alloy wheels, Lincoln badge on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Touring all-season tires, 275 on the width of 40 series sidewall 22s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on out, the big infinite black Aviator with the black wheels. This does have the jet package for an additional $3 grand. To give you that all blacked out look. As we come on in, we have the Aviator call out on the front fender. Then we're going to go gloss black side view mirrors, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras. We do have color matched front and rear door handles, the fuel fillers on the left side. Then up top we got a roof spoiler coming off the top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, and a panoramic sunroof. Rear end of the Aviator, we do have the roof spoiler coming off the top, the rear wiper tucked up underneath the roof spoiler, protected from the elements in car washes, clean up the rear design. They do that on the Aviator, but Ford does not do that on the Explorer. Interesting. We have a full spread of LED lighting in the back, as well as a functional quad tip exhaust, and the tow panel is in between the exhaust outlets, and we'll check out those numbers when we go through the engine. We are under the hood of this 25 Aviator. What are we looking at for a power plant? Well, we got Lincoln's 3-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque. The Aviator comes standard with a Class 3 tow hitch, which gives you a max towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. However, you can opt for the Class 4 tow hitch, and that'll give you a max towing of 6,700 pounds. MPGs, 17 in the city, 25 on the highway, 20 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, these Aviators can be big money. How much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 25 Aviator Reserve 1 is $70,480. Now this vehicle has $7,825 worth of options, which we'll check out when we go through the window sticker. But once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,395 from Lincoln's Chicago assembly plant, we have a total MSRP from the factory of $79,700. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move on in, and we're going to go black, soft touch up top, and then leather super soft armrest with the cross stitch down below. Here, all of your controls for the seats are on the doors, and you have 3 memory seat settings, and this button here, that's the massage seats. We'll show you the massage seats when we take a look at our infotainment screen. And then down further, there's your door popper to open the door, but if the battery fails, you do have an emergency release down here below the speakers. Nice large door pocket. We do have the 28 speaker Revel sound system in here. We do have illuminated Lincoln door sill plates to welcome you to the vehicle. Inside, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with the all-season Aviator mats in the car at this time. Both front seats have full power with massage. So there you have it, with extra thigh support. Onyx black leather with the cross stitch, super comfortable, super soft. They feel luscious when you rub your hands on them. It really looks nice. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver, but you don't get memory seat settings, which is an oddity at a vehicle at almost 80 grand. Now, soft touch up top. We have some wood veneer right in here to kind of lux it up, but that's really the only place I see the wood is across the front of the dash. We're going to have gloss black into your heat and air vents, so be careful not to touch it. And then down below, nice large glove box. Infotainment system, here it is, 13.2 inch, low profile Google Assistant system. I thought maybe they would upgrade the Aviator and Explorer with the Sync 4 when they did the refresh and tech update, but they went with a totally different Google Assistant system, Android 12 system. That's what's in here, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, built-in nav. Look how beautiful it is. Pinch to zoom is incredible, and we're seeing a lot of car makers go with this Google Assistant system. We see Ford, Lincoln, General Motors, Toyota, all going this way, and it's an excellent system. We have different windows where you can have your nav, you have your Sirius XM, as well as other HD radio stations. Right here, when you look at the source, you can go to FM, AM, Bluetooth, get your Google News, or stay on your Sirius XM. Go back to home. You can Bluetooth your phone right here, add a device. So that's a nice touch. So it really looks good. Now, we have dual climate down here on the bottom on either side, and we have heated ventilated seats, which we can hook in with our climate system, heated steering wheel, and that's true for both front passengers right over there. So they have you all set there, which is a good deal. Now, if we want to get to our vehicle settings, we can go into our car icon, and now we have our ambient lighting. And there you have your ambient lighting right here, different color moods that you want with black. I'm going to go with a red ambient lighting, and you can adjust your brightness of it right there. So nicely done as well. As we go back here to our car, we have our seats, and this is where you got your massage right here. So the button right here on the door, you don't have to go into the screen. You can touch that and it will activate this massage. And you can say, okay, I want a full recovery massage, a relaxing massage, a circular cushion, upper rolling, lower rolling, and that's true for the driver. And you can hit the button over here and do it the same thing for the front passenger. And then you got it all set there for them. So nicely done, and in a reserve one, this is what I would expect. And then we can come back to our home button, looking good. Now, if we go to reverse, before I forget, we have a nice large backup camera, super clear 360-degree view, just like that, takes up the whole screen, which I like. You have different views right here where you can have a close-up, you can have a panoramic view, or you can get your standard 360-degree view. So they got you covered there. So that is good. I like that. So it's a really great use of a system. And again, they didn't update with Sync 4. They're using Sync 4 in other new 25 models, but for Aviator on the Lincoln side and Explorer on the Ford side, we're going to get Android 12 Google Assistant. Now, as we move down further, 2 heat and air vents. We have our push button start, as well as our push buttons for our 10-speed automatic. Lincoln, of course, in chrome right there. Volume, and then we have this multi-use panel, which I'm not a big fan of. We have our parking assist, parking cameras, 4-way hazards, engine auto stop start on or off. This right here, the tire thing, that's our traction control on or off, and then max. Again, more of this wood veneer, and this is real wood. It's not fake, and it feels good to the touch. It feels like wood when you touch it. Down further, we have these sliding panels in the graphite, which is nice. No gloss black here. We have our wireless charging pad, and then in the back there, you got a USB-C, USB-A. More area for storage in here. There's your ambient lighting on with your 2 cup holders right there. And then you have your Lincoln key fob, which still looks like a Ford Explorer key fob. So I think Lincoln needs to up their game here. Unlock, lock, remote start, pop the tailgate, panic button, and the Lincoln badge on the back instead of the Ford blue oval. Down further, electric emergency brake, drive modes. We'll check those out when we go through the dash. And then a huge, super soft armrest. We open that up, and we have 2 more USB-Cs and a 12-volt and another little area there for doodads. Lincoln steering wheel, super soft, premium leather wrapped wheel. Your voice commands are up on the 10 o'clock notch. So if you want to rest your thumb there, just make sure you don't press it down too hard. You may turn on your voice commands unintentionally. Now, we have that beautiful Lincoln badge right on the horn button, round bottom wheel. This is a spacious passenger cabin. I have no problem getting in or out. Now, we do have gloss black on the switchgear, which doesn't make much sense to me. You're going to touch this all the time. But we do have our volume on the left. This is the cruise control, and when you turn this button on, watch your cruise control lights on either side light up. And now it's ready to go for you to set it, right, or cancel it. And then you just hit the button to turn it off, and those lights go dark. On this side, you have your digital dash controls, and then you have your voice telephone commands as well as other commands. We do have paddles. Now, these are plastic paddles. I'd like to see these maybe in chrome or metal to go up and down this 10-speed automatic. And then on the left stalk, you're going to have your high beams and turn signals. This is your drowsy driver detection camera. So if you're driving on a long trip and you're starting to nod off, this car will alert you. And then on the right side, you have your front and rear wiper. Now down further, you can pop the tailgate, bright and dim the dash, adjust your headlights. And then we do have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel. And of course, we do have easy access. So basically what that means is if you have your memory seat set and you turn off the vehicle, your seat will move back and the steering wheel will move up to allow you to get out of the vehicle easier. Now, here is our fully digital dash right here. Looking good, 12.4 inches. Now let's take a look at our drive modes. So here we go. We're going to start all the way to the left on Excite or Sport. And then we're going to go to Conserve or Eco. And then Normal, Slippery, Deep Conditions. And that's what we have. And each one of those adjusts your adaptive dampers and suspension ride height, depending on where you're going to go and what mode you're in. So I do like that. And then we have additional information, as you can see right over here, that you can thumb through to make sure everything is super cool when you're going on a road trip. Overhead console, we got a spot for our shades right there. Dome lighting, don't touch anything. Just leave everything off. When you open the door, lighting will come on. Close the door, lighting will dim out. That's all LED, by the way. And now we have our controls for our panoramic roof. Right side shade, left side glass. So we can one touch. And with the Ford operation, Lincoln operation, the shade goes back halfway and stops. And then you hit it a second time and it goes back all the way over the mid-row passengers. And then you can open your glass. Wind buffeter comes up, glass goes back. And it goes back all the way. And then one touch to close the glass back up. Once the glass is closed, then you can hit the shade again. And again, on the way back, it should stop halfway. It does. And then you hit it a second time and it will close all the way. Beautiful soft headliner. Garage door programmables are in your sun visor. Sun visor right here with vanity and a light. Does it slide? Yes, it does. Rear view mirror. We have the frameless rear view mirror right here. Auto dim, but we don't have a digital rear view mirror, and that would have been a nice add in this Aviator Reserve 1. Getting in the mid row of this Aviator, but first the rear door panel. Same action as the driver with the soft touch, the leather, the Revel speakers, the nice door pocket, security shades on each rear window as well. So that's a nice touch. I have this driver's seat set for my driving position. So let's hop on into this mid row. Huge amount of room to get in. plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". We do have soft touch back here now instead of leather. And then we have a leather seat pocket with the cross stitch behind both front seats. And then in the mid row, we got the command center going on here, where you got your climate right here. And if you hit these seats, oops, let's go back to home. I can work it better there. There's your heated and ventilated mid-row seats right there. So they got you all set there as far as those seats go. You got your climate control, you got your air quality control, and you can go to the settings here and decide how you want to set up your screen. So it's really, really easy. We'll go back to our climate, which is the thermometer icon, and now we're back here. And of course, you can also control the third row's climate control from here as well. So they got you all set to keep the third row passengers cool. Now we do have 2 heat and air vents, and then down further, look at that, 2 USB-Cs and a home power source. So you're all set. Now, mid-row captain's chairs, beautiful onyx leather with the cross stitch, super soft, looking good, huge armrests. And look how thick these are. And this is what I'm talking about, an armrest for a mid-sized 3-row SUV. Ford and Lincoln really does a nice armrest. You can fit a lumberjack arm on there, and they don't ratchet. And then in between the seats, you have a spot to lie your phones and 2 cup holders. But it is really comfortable here in the mid-row of this Aviator, as it should be. All right, now we're going to get into the third row, and it's pretty easy. You come to your mid-row, there's the button. You push that, and the seat moves up and out of the way for you to get in. It's a little tight, but you can step in no problem. Here we go. Now we're in. Oh. And you know what? My knees are a little high, my head's okay, my shoulders are okay. And in the back here, we do have a cup holder. We do have a heat and air vent right here, as you saw me turn it on. And then on the left side, over by me, you have cup holder, heat and air vent, 2 USB-Cs. I'd rather see 1 on either side, because now my buddy to my right is going to have to string his cord all the way over my lap to plug in over here. But at least they're there. And more storage up here as well. And the seating material, well, the headrests are too thin, right? It's like a 2x4 that has some padding on it here in the back, but the seat quality is the same leather with the stitching, so they didn't skip on there. I just like to see a more substantial headrest on this Aviator, but otherwise, it's pretty comfortable back here. Getting in the cargo area of the Aviator, you can pop from the key fob, pop from the dash. You can also come to the back, and right underneath the L in Lincoln, there's a picture of your Aviator with the tailgate open, and the button's right underneath that. You hit it, nice electric assist on the way up, nice electric assist on the way down using this button. And now with all 3 rows up, 19.2 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Aviator. Here are the carpeted floor mats right here that also come with the vehicle. Down further, underneath here, we do have an extra area for storage, and underneath that panel is the spare. So thank you, Lincoln, for the spare. On the right side, we do have some tie downs, and tie downs are on the other left side as well. We have a 12-volt for power back here, LED lighting, and we can drop the third row, power fold down either the right or the left or both at the same time. We're going to go both at the same time. You hit the button, 1 touch, headrests go down, third row goes down, and now you have more room. But unfortunately, we cannot power fold the mid row from the tailgate area. That's something I've been complaining to Ford about on the Explorer and the Aviator, and it hasn't changed even with the design refresh and tech update. So you got to come around to each door. You got to pull the lever, drop the mid-row seat separately. With the third row and mid-row down, and of course this large boxy shape, we're looking at 78.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Aviator Reserve. And once you're done loading, you can, or unloading, I should say, power fold back up row number 3 by hitting this button, or one or the other. You hit it, 1 touch up, they come back up. You're just going to have to move your headrests back up. But unfortunately, that mid-row, you're going to have to do on your own. Lincoln Aviator window sticker. Now, we got heavy tint on the back windows of this Aviator, and it's cloudy, so we're going to get some reflection, but I'll do my best to get it to you. Lincoln Aviator 2025 Reserve 1. There Across the top are the standard equipment. Now here are the options, right? You got $4,825 for the luxury package and an additional $3,000 for the jet appearance package. Pricing, total vehicle MSRP made by Lincoln in Chicago. Fuel economy estimates. Not rated for crash yet. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're heading out of the dealership now in this brand new 25 Lincoln Aviator Reserve 1. And right off the bat, great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear window, no problem. I got Ford Copilot 360, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz in here for safety. LED lighting, exterior LED lighting up front and out back for safety as well. And I have a nice large head-up display in front of me. It's giving me my miles per hour, speed limit on the road, as well as how much range I have in the gas tank, the time, and if I plugged in my turn-by-turn navigation directions into the Google system, it's going to show up there. And also my directional is showing up on the head-up display as well, indicating I'm turning right. So great and really large, so old guys like me can see it. Really nice head-up display, and you can adjust that up or down and adjust the brightness. Very smooth, goes over the wooden bridge very easily. I got the 22-inch wheels on here and a thinner sidewall, and it's still so well damped. And we have plenty of sound deadening in here, acoustic glass to keep the cabin quiet. I mean, it is a Lincoln. It's, even though it's the luxury version of the Explorer, it is luxury. There's no doubt about that. Plus, I got the 3-liter EcoBoost with the 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque to get this thing up and going. I have it in sport mode right now, so we'll check out the acceleration on this. Of course, we do have a brand new engine, so I am going to feather in the gas overall, but it's really quite comfortable. And the Aviator, just like the Explorer, is rear wheel biased, which means under normal conditions you're going to be in rear wheel drive, and as conditions change, the system is going to shift power to the front, and then you'll get all wheel drive. Brakes, perfect, no problem at all. Take off. And it just flies down the road. This EcoBoost is so good. And of course, for 25, Ford did some work on tuning the engine, tuning the 10-speed automatic, retuning it, tightening everything up, making it more responsive. And if you drive a 24 Aviator compared to this, it's like night and day as far as the response, as far as the shifting goes. They did a really nice job. All right, so now we're going to do our turning radius test. We'll see. This road is about 20.5 feet wide, so we'll see how this goes. And even with the 22s, we're getting around with about a foot to spare. So we're looking at about a 19-foot turning radius, and that's really due to the rear-wheel drive, getting this big vehicle around so quickly. So they really do a nice job there. Let's take off. Down the road we go, no problem at all. And now we're going to go ahead and shift down. And it shifts pretty well with the paddles. Not the greatest, could be a little sharper. I thought the ST was a little bit better with the paddles. But this isn't bad for the luxed up version, but this thing really hauls. I mean, it squats down and moves out when you give it the juice. Let's see how this turn back to the right goes. And we're going to lean a little bit. It's a big SUV. but boy, it just does really, really well. Really well. We'll put that back into regular drive now. Really well done. But then again, we're looking at an $80,000 Reserve 1 Aviator. It's a lot of money compared to the equivalent Explorer. So if you're looking for this luxury SUV, do you go with the Lincoln Aviator design refresh tech update for 25? They've done a lot of nice stuff mechanically, technology-wise, and of course, they the outside design is a bit different, but it's an evolution of design. It still looks like an Aviator. It's not a total departure from what this vehicle was in the prior generation, so I do like that. So you let me know if you're looking for that premium branded 3-row midsize SUV that's got some pickup, got some power. Do you go Aviator? Or then you go with the German Euro brands, like the BMW X7, something like that. You let me know, put it in the comments, but I do want to thank Ciocca Lincoln of Lawrenceville for allowing the channel access to their very first 2025 Lincoln Aviator. This is the Reserve 1 in Infinite Black Metallic for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.